everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I know a lot of us as moms, whether we're working moms or stay-at-home moms, experience. I have been both a working mom and a stay-at-home mom, and then I've also been kind of a single living mom, not a single mom, because my husband was deployed. So I totally understand this specific topic, and it has taken me a very long time to figure out kind of what works for me. I'm still in the process of doing that. I don't think that I have it all down by any means, but I have done a lot of studying and a lot of research on this specific thing and kind of how I can help myself, and then I love to pass on any knowledge that I have to others, because us mamas definitely have to stick together. So today I would love to talk about the dreaded mom burnout. I think that mom burnout is something that is huge, and it's something that's not widely talked about because when we think of mom burnout, we equate that to mom guilt. Wanting to have our own time and our own things and our own hobbies means that we are selfish and that we're guilty, and that makes us feel that much worse because we don't want to spend that time with our husband or our children or making our home Pinterest worthy, whatever it might be. So it's been my mission, I guess, to dispel that myth that it is something that we need to feel guilty about, that it's something that's wrong or dirty or whatever it might be, however you might feel that it isn't. And so I kind of want to go into that. It's kind of along the lines of the whole postpartum depression and just kind of mom depression in general. And that's what mom burnout can lead into, or it is something that leads up to mom burnout, is depression and anxiety and just being overwhelmed and overworked. So today I would love to share some tips and tricks on how to kind of combat that feeling, and it won't always make it go away, but it's definitely a way to get ahead of it and to kind of get in front of a problem, and also being able to realize that problem. So my number one main goal, always with moms, new moms, seasoned moms, stepmoms, adoptive moms, foster moms, whatever it is, something that I have learned from a very wise friend, my main goal is to share with you So whatever type of mom you might be, the first thing that I have to share with you is self-care. Now, I have a very wise friend that is wise, probably beyond her years, that she, a couple years ago, came to my house while my husband was still in the military, and I was pregnant with my third child, and I was depressed beyond any belief, so much so that I would lay on the couch, and I would leave all my blinds shut. I wouldn't talk to anybody. I wouldn't really get off the couch, and it really had nothing to do with being pregnant. It was literally that I was burnt out, I was tired, I was miserable, I hated life, it was terrible. And she came down, and I tell her all of the time that she rescued me, and really she always gives the glory back to God, which is awesome, but he used her in a very instrumental way, because in the most loving way possible, every morning, and I hated it, I would walk downstairs and all of my blinds would be open. All of them. All of my blinds would be open. And I hated the sun. It literally was like, how dare you shine on me when I feel like this? And she would be like, what are you doing? Go get dressed. Go brush your teeth. Have you brushed your teeth? I don't think so. Go brush your teeth. Go wash your hair. Go wash your face. Put your hair up. Take your pajamas off. Put clothes on. And of course she did it in a more gentle nudge, but that was the gist of the things that she had me do every day. And I did not understand it. And for a week, she spent that time doing that with me. And I know that it's crazy for me to go, it seems like I'm going on this wild tangent about this crazy lady that did these things, but it leads into self-care. And I finally, at the end of the week, I felt so much better. And I was like, how did you do that? And she was like, you have to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, even when you don't feel like it, you can't take care of anybody else. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So that kind of took off on my self-care journey of how I can better myself. So I want to give you some reasons that you do need to do self-care, and then I want to give you ways to do the self-care. So some of the reasons that you need to do self-care is if you feel miserable and you just are blah all of the time, it will affect everything and everybody that you touch. And that immediately affects your husband or your significant other and your children. It even can affect your pets. So then that turns them into grumps or depressed and anxious balls, which then turns you into those things because as a mom, you're like, what is going on? What is worrying them? So it can affect everybody that is around you. And I don't say that to further a depression if you currently are experiencing mom burnout or mom depression. I say that because I get it. I have been there. I totally understand that. And that is the first step, is acknowledging that that is the issue. So that is one reason to start self-care. I have some notes, so if I look down, it's because I'm reading my notes. The next reason is you might learn something. You might learn something about yourself. I always said that I was an introvert. I didn't like to talk to people. I hate being out in public. It's too people-y outside. But in reality, I love talking to you guys. I love making videos and I love sharing my life with everybody. And to me, it's just so much fun to interact and learn about other people and to learn about other cultures and experiences. I found out that I actually like to craft, or I love researching things. I love to look things up. So I learned something about myself. I learned to love books again, and I learned to love to expand my mind further. And it's something that I did not think that I could do because I was in the dark. So I would just binge watch TV, or I would scroll through my phone and I would just be miserable. So I learned that taking care of myself mentally and physically was something that I really did enjoy doing. So that is my second reason. My third reason is mental clarity can make you happier and more productive. When you wake up and you're like, oh, I have all of this to do, but I'm fine. My kids are going to be taken care of. My house is beautiful, this, and I'm beautiful, and I have the ability and the strength and the willpower to do that. Even if you're having to talk yourself up, you can get more things done. And it's so important to realize that. It's so important to realize that you can do those things, and you can't really do that if you're not mentally clear. So those are some things, those are my 3 reasons on why having self-care is very important. So I want to share with you now, segue over to how to do self-care. So self-care doesn't just have to be like going to a spa and being rubbed all of the time and doing these things and spending a ton of money. Self-care could be very simple tasks. So my 2 things that are very important are a morning and a night routine. And routines and systems make things work. That's why multi-million-dollar companies have them. That's why billionaires have them. That's why automating things is so important, because routines work. And yes, it does take a while to tweak and to tune and to get yourself into a routine. But once you get into them, they work beautifully. So for a morning routine, something like getting up, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, washing your face, doing your hair, and putting some clothes on that are not pajamas, those are a very simple way to take care of yourself. And taking care of yourself then sets your day up. Something else that's not a physical, really, like brushing your teeth or whatever, is to get up early. I use the Sleep Cycle app, and the way that it wakes me up is incredible. I tell it what time that I want to get up, and it does it in a 30-minute window. So it kind of takes me out of my REM sleep and puts me into a light sleep, and it slowly lulls me awake, and I love it. I think I have it set to the sound of birds, actually. And so it just gently wakes me up. And that has made getting up easier, so much better, instead of just this blaring alarm that jolts me out of a deep sleep, because then I feel groggy and gross and irritated, and I'm more akin to hitting the snooze button. So that is something else, is getting up early, because once you get up early, you can do your morning routine. Also, having a set bedtime for your children that gives you enough time to make it to your set bedtime is very important. So humans crave structure. So my kids go to bed between the hours of 7 and 8. Generally, it's closer to 7. And right now with daylight saving time, the baby is not making it to 7, but he'll eventually get adjusted to that. So it's between 7 and 8. And that then gives me, because my bedtime is 10 o'clock, that gives me 2 to 3 hours to get everything that I need done so that I can get into bed when I need to be. So my nighttime routine is we'll do the dishes and clean and sweep and just kind of spot mop the floors. And then I'll go upstairs, and then I go into the bathroom, I brush my hair, I brush my teeth, I wash my face. I usually take a steaming hot shower, and then I come out and I completely lather myself all over, head to toe. And I mean, I put lotion on. I have wet skin lotion in the shower that I use while I'm in the shower when I'm still sopping wet. I pat dry, I come out, I put this really, really thick body cream on, and then I slap oil on over top of it to seal in that moisture. And that is something that I love to do. And then slipping into fresh pajamas, and then slipping down in between my bed that was freshly made, and it just is the best. And being able to do that and then sip some tea or just giggle and chat with my husband and just have some downtime with him is my perfect night routine. And that is how I take care of myself. So those are kind of the ways that you can take care of yourself, morning and night. Now, when your kids are up and they're driving you nuts and they're crazy, I get that, because I take my son to school. He can ride the bus, but I prefer to take him to school. So we have to get up, get everybody breakfast and all of these things, and get to Carline by a specific time, because we all know that is a science. And it's really hard to find those times to take care of yourself throughout the day. But believe it or not, there are pockets of time. You can make them. So, for instance, my kids are very self-sufficient. I have given them a list of things that I want them to do every morning. My children in the mornings do not ask me what I need them to do, because I have their list, I pinned it to their walls, and they just follow it. And my kids can't read. Joshua can read, but not that well. So they have pictures next to it of what I need them to do. And they do it, and it's like make their bed, brush their teeth, brush their hair, get their clothes, things like that. So that then gives me time to get downstairs, make coffee if it has not even brought up to me, get breakfast going, make sure that I have lunches all together and packed, let the dog out, anything that I need to do. So that is my first pocket of time, because it takes them probably 20 minutes to get that done. By the time that they are done, their breakfast is on the table, and then I go upstairs, get the baby, get him all ready, come back down, feed him, and then we leave. And then by the time I get home, it's about 9 o'clock, and I spend about an hour and a half with them, the two little ones just playing and doing puzzles or painting or crafts or whatever it might be. And then at about 10:30, from 10:30 to 11, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let you watch a show, and I'm going to switch the laundry and put chapstick on, or whatever it might be. Get a cup of coffee or get a cup of tea, and I'm gonna sip it. I'm gonna scroll through Facebook, answer comments or emails, whatever it might be, and then at 11 o'clock I start lunch. And they have lunch from 11 to 11:45, and then from 11:45 to noon, I let them like clean up and play and, wash their hands, wash their little faces, whatever it might be. And then from 12 to 2, I have me time. And that is my third pocket of time that I have. And I used to use that time to like clean and do this and do that and whatever it might be. And sometimes I'll record a video or whatever, but usually, honestly, I take a nap. And I know that that's like, what? You nap? You could be doing something else. And I could be. However, I need to rest too. I put my children down every day for a nap because they need to recharge. Why don't I need to recharge? I go to bed later. I get up earlier. I honestly do more. Why don't I need to recharge as well? I do. So I started to nap. And even if I don't nap, I lay in my bed, I read a book, I watch a movie, I edit videos, I do whatever, so I don't have to be physically active and physically around. And that's fine. It's totally fine. My baby's only a year old, and well, I guess he's almost 2 at this point. But 6 months ago, I literally was still within that postpartum window. And a woman's body doesn't heal for some like 6 years after she's had a baby. Well, I've had 3 and 5. So I'm way behind the curve. So I need to nap. I need to rest. I just do. If my kids need to get up in the middle of the night, I'm the one that hears them. If the dog barks in the middle of the night because she needs to go out, I hear them. And God bless my husband, he really does try, but he's just so tired at the end of the day. And he doesn't have mom ear. So I nap. That's what I do. And I think that it is very important for you to realize it is okay to rest. It is totally okay to rest. Because as soon as the boys start to stir, then I'm like, okay, they're stirring. It takes them about 15 minutes to fully come alive. So I have that 15 minutes to get up, rebrush my teeth, get a drink of water, go to the bathroom, and then meet them in the loft. And I can change diapers and do whatever I need to. And then we play, have a snack, and then it's time to get Joshua again. So then that's when the afternoon craziness happens of homework and all of this other stuff. So then my next time doesn't come until they go to bed again. But that's 4 pockets of time that I have scheduled in my day that I can get things done, that I can have time by myself, and then I can do those things. And it keeps my kids on a healthy routine. And they're not being neglected. I'm not locking myself in a closet, which don't pretend like I have not done that, because I have. And I kind of can still stay recharged. So finding those pockets of time are very, very important for your sanity and to not get so burnt out all of the time. You need to define your tasks. So defining your tasks means you need to be able to meet basic human needs. Brushing your teeth, eating. You guys, stop forgetting to eat. You watching this right now, if your kid is napping, the goldfish sitting next to you in the little bowl, you know the little bowl I'm talking about, does not constitute a lunch. Nope, it doesn't. I want you to get up and I want you to go and make yourself a roll up or a sandwich or a salad or a peanut butter and jelly, whatever it might be, a protein shake. That's what I want you to go do. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be able to have a breakfast, even if it's a protein shake and a breakfast bar, which is normally my breakfast, that fills me. That might not fill you. Have some oatmeal, have some cereal, have whatever it is that you need to have to make you be able to function. Start taking care of your basic human needs. Also, when's the last time you had something to drink, ma'am? Has it been a while? You can't remember? No? Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to go get some water, and I want you to drink a full 8-ounce glass of water. If you have an apple, go ahead and snack on it, because apples give you more energy than 2 cups of coffee. Go ahead, I'll wait. Are you back? Did you take me with you? Awesome. Do you feel better? I hope so. Taking care of your basic human needs is so important, you guys. We are human beings. We are not just moms. We were a human before we were a mom. I want you to let that sink in. We were our own person before we were a mom. We were our own person before we had to take care of somebody else. Take care of yourself. Meet your basic needs. It's very important. Also, there are times that I hand my children off to my husband. He comes home and I'm like, hi, I love you. Take your kids. I'm done with them. I'm gonna lock myself in our room. I'm gonna eat, and I'm don't bother me until you come upstairs. Okay? Okay. You're in charge. You're in charge. You can handle it. I trust you. That's okay. If you need a time off, take it. It's okay. Single moms, moms that have husbands that are deployed or that work far away or whatever it might be, I understand not being able to do that. Get into a community. Get into a community where you can be like, hey, I just need 3 hours by myself. Can you please take my children? Then next time I'll take yours. Hire a babysitter. Hire help. Do whatever it is that you need to do, because if you need a time off, that means at that point, you've come to a point that you no longer should be hanging out with your kids because it is physically hard for you to do that. That's fine too. Be able to take time off away from your family, away from your kids, away from the laundry, away from the dishes, whatever it might be. Be able to take time off, okay? Don't feel bad about it. Teach your kids to play independently. I'm sorry, this is a very unpopular opinion, but playing Legos literally bores me to tears. First of all, my brain doesn't work like that. I don't like it. I just don't. I can't with the fingers and the building, and I can't be like, oh yeah, that's a bulldozer. It's not. I don't know what that is. I just can't do it. Now, do I do it? Yes, because I love my children. But it is not on the list of things that I love to do. It's just not. I'm sorry. So, what I want you to do is teach them to play independently. That's a novel idea, right? I know, because I thought I'd have to be one of those moms that played on the floor and played with their babies. Let's be real, babies are kind of boring. They're cute and they're cuddly and they smell good. Their little heads smell so good. And they're sweet to look at and they coo, but they get fascinated by a ring. I mean, my brain is going 5,000 different ways. And again, that's an unpopular opinion, and I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but there are some people out there that do. Teach them to play independently. It's okay. It's okay for kids to have a space that is safe and comfortable and set up for them to be able to play. That's totally fine. There's like not some rule against it, like nobody's gonna come and get you for letting your kids play by themselves. Foster their imaginations. It's good for them. And that also does not mean that they have to sit in front of a TV or a video game to do it. The next one is to use a planner or a checklist. Now I have spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars trying to find the perfect planner. It doesn't exist. You kind of got to make it, or you kind of got to just figure it out. But I have found one that I love, and it is my happy planner. And does it make me happy? Yes, it does. So I have kind of customized it to how I need it. So this is what it normally comes with, and I make it pretty and do all this, and I've got this little cool doohickey that I can like write the down, some little notes. And then I got this that like on this side I can brain dump, which sometimes I need to do that. And then on this side, it shows like by the hour, what I have to do, appointments, scheduling, what I want the kids to be doing at what time, whatever it might be, I do it here. Down here, I love it. It has a what am I grateful for section, being grateful. I have to write 3 things every day that I'm grateful for because sometimes you need that to refocus yourself. Then right here, my to-do list. How awesome is that? I'm really hoping you guys can see this. My to-do list right here. Getting it done. And look at these cute little bubbles it already has next to it, so I can just check mark. Love, love, love this. And then my top priorities, what it is that I need to get done, the top 3 things if I don't get anything else done during that day. What is it? Usually, my first one, keep everybody alive. Because if I've done nothing else that day, and I do a head count by the time we go to bed and everybody's alive, I've done something. That's all I'm going to say. Get organized, use a planner, use a checklist, because it also is it's like a mental thing. Because at the end of the day, if you can just start checking things off, even if when you go to look at that checklist and you're like, I've done not anything today, and you're able to check some stuff off, you're like, well, shoot, look at you, girl. Look what you got done today. That is awesome. It is perfect. It is motivating. You can do that. So after all of that, after all of my brain dumping from me to you, this is my way of kind of sharing some tips and tricks and reasons on why and how you need to take care of yourself. You are a beautiful, smart, independent, loving, wonderful creature that has been intricately made. Take care of yourself, love yourself, grow into yourself, because once you do that, your littles kind of grow by leaps and bounds in ways that you would have never thought that they could. So, I'm gonna end this video here. I love you guys so much. If you have mom burnout, or if you have tips and tricks to kind of combat mom burnout, leave them down below. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that red subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of the fun, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, everybody.